southern winds.
I'm not sensing any spirits. Are there any bodies in the room?
I look at her, and then I go to open the door.
Yeah, it's locked.
Oh, good. He must be in there.
It's locked? It's locked.
Yep.
Should we...
Amy would like to
go
touch
in
the
anyway?
handle and use control matter to unlock the door.
Okay, she was ahead of it before me. Also what I probably would have done.
In order to do something like that, you would actually need to know how to use control matter to do that. You need to know how the lock works in order to move it.
Some.
Do you have a lock-picking skill or locksmithing?
Amy doesn't.
Yeah. Nobody else does either.
I do have lockpicking.
Oh, okay.
How's this quick? I was
yeah,
gonna say,
actually, Clicks is
we
going to
get-
scramble down from your shoulder and up to the up the side of the door. The claws of the spider dig into the door as he climbs it.
I'm sorry,
And-
Flex, the door is locked.
lockpicking.
We can't get inside.
Yeah,
As
I mean,
should be rolling against a 14 because I have my old dexterity.
Is it? Did you not make his character sheet?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so he
I can make a roll
goes up
against
to the
every
he
D1 dice.
grips the door right next to the handle, and then you see a few little metal tools come out of the torso of the spider. Can you roll for him?
oh,
Okay, if I can...
Amy's going to watch intently, getting as close as she can without getting in the way.
This...
Okay, I'm gonna do something similar,
fail?
but like, as in like I've already seen this, but not as like intently.
What if I do it this way? There we go.
Okay, so he like fiddles with the lock a bit, and then you hear a click, and the door swings open, or a little bit.
Well done, Clicks.
Very useful.
You keep saying the exact same things I'm gonna say.
He scrambles down from the door and pushes inside and goes inside and disappears into the room.
Okay,
Wait for us. Amy
Hold on a
hurriedly follows after Clicks.
I look at Sydney and
Right.
follow his lead as to what to do next.
He sort of shrugs and then nods towards the apartment.
What's the
Everyone
room
guess
look
we're all
like?
going in there.
He's again bringing up the rear. Sort of
Into the
rear
room.
guard type thing.
everyone.
Inside is a small 2-room apartment. There's a living room with another narrow apartment, or another bedroom branching off to the side. In the living room, there's
And 11 yards away
there's a stove in
stands
the
a man.
corner. No, there's no one in. There's no one in the room. There's a stove in the corner,
there's
table
like
and some
5
furniture.
And a spider.
Behind us, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Right,
asked the
look at
person at the back to close the door.
Oh yeah, Sydney's bringing up the back.
Okay.
What does this apartment look like? You said there was a hallway and a room.
It's a small 2-room apartment. There's a living room that you're in, which also has a stove, and then off to the side there's a narrow bedroom. And there's some thin windows that look out into an alley.
Is there a small kitchen?
No, there's a stove inside the living room.
I go and peer out the window into the alley and look around.
Are there any like papers around? Anything that shows someone has been here?
There's various stuff on the chest of drawers and table in the middle of the room. There's also a garbage and such.
I'm going
Well,
to.
I think it's time to take a look around.
It's
We're gonna
definitely been lived in.
Oh, whoops,
Amy will
never
take a
mind.
look
I
around
ignore
with
that
me.
roll. That's the
Wait,
wrong
there's
character.
a search roll.
There's a search skill, yeah.
I should be rolling this
didn't know that.
person's
But
search
you
skill,
should tell me what you're searching for
though.
before you
Anything of interest? I mean, that's sort of the default search thing.
Is it?
Okay.
Anything that catches my eye. And also that
You don't need the search skill to look around or anything like that. It just means you're particularly good at finding things.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look.
But I mean, I'm gonna look for a small detail.
You're like a
you know,
Hufflepuff.
like papers shoved under dressers, or
Just not as
Oh,
loyal.
okay. That's good to know.
I don't know, stains on the floor, that kind of thing.
Excellent finders.
I mean, papers are particularly interesting.
I'm gonna look through as well, just like trying to find out if anything.
But yeah, I'll roll. Yeah, there we go.
I'm just gonna observe the whole scene going on in the room.
I'm gonna look for anything that was like maybe put down for me, or like any indication of where he went.
Okay. You look around, and the first thing you immediately notice is that on the table there is a map of Sibel.
Let's take a closer look at that.
How do you
A
zoom
map
out?
of
By
spell?
the way, this.
Oh, you have like a
Sibel.
little thing that zooms out. That's sweet.
I see a red dot. It's not my red dot.
Oh, there we go. That's where it is.
Sable. It says Sable.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm
pronounced
gonna take a
Sibel.
close look at that red dot and see if it was like scrape at it a little and see
No,
if
okay,
it was...
that red dot is not actually on the map. That's just an indication of where you are.
Oh, never mind. I was focusing on the red dot and it didn't even exist.
So this is a canal and these are railroads.
So what
That's
you
what it looks like on the map. Dotted lines usually represent railroads.
So here's what you
Thank
find
you.
in the apartment. Muke rolled pretty well on his thing. So on the table there's the map of Sibel. Also, additionally on the table there's a newspaper clipping and an address book. Mook notices that there's several packs of matches around, all of which have the word Faustos written on them. And additionally, Mook finds in the garbage a torn piece of paper with some writing on it.
Okay, so gather all the things together. The Faustos, the matches. I assume that's like a brand on the... Like, it's not someone's going around and randomly handwritten Faustos on
Yeah.
all these match packs for no good reason.
Yeah,
Faustos was here!
Okay.
There's quite a few of them.
Faustus, the matchmaker,
Like a
strikes
dozen.
again. The fire in our hearts.
My God.
Wow, that was great. That was great.
So what does the
Matchmaker
paper say?
strikes again. Fire in
I
our
would
hearts.
Oh,
now might
come
be a good
on.
time to bring attention to the notes in your things. I would recommend taking notes. So
Also,
what do you want to know
Moot,
about?
if you show me that paper, Amy would love to solve the puzzle of the ripped paper and put it back together to its original form again.
It's more that it's a full sheet of paper that looks like it's torn out of a notebook or something like that.
A full sheet of paper.
Oh, I thought it was like torn up.
What's on the paper?
what's in
So
the paper?
on the paper that you found in the garbage, there's just one line and it says the Sibelian Traveler, January 24th, 1456.
Sounds like an inn.
Well,
Wait, that
Six?
date. When is that date? Is that in the past or the future?
Yeah, it's like 3 years ago,
Wait, so we're in 1449?
1459. Yes.
Oh. Oh, well, hopefully that did nothing. Okay, that did do something.
That's in the future?
Yeah,
in the
no,
past.
it's 3 years ago.
Oh.
The date.
Oh, the Sibelian Traveler. No, that doesn't sound like an inn. That sounds like either a book or like
Yeah,
maybe
sounds
a
like a book.
newspaper. Or possibly a Sibelian Traveler.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, I can like stick it in party notes if you want.
Yeah, that's probably what we should do.
Done.
Ah.
Cool.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh god, what
Is
have I
there was there anything magically significant in the last 3 years? That year specifically.
Sorry, what specifically?
I'm just like quickly looking through my magical history, recent magic history.
Yeah, no. What did you say specifically?
That date or that year.
Okay, let me. What's your skill?
Bum, bum,
Some
bum,
magic.
bum, bum, bum.
believe in you?
So just for
Click my character sheet there.
for clarification's sake, so me, Sydney, and Uge, do we know
13.
that do we know that what we're here to do do we know that we're looking for someone that was here and that we want to figure out where they went? Like, what do we know?
Why don't you ask Cassandra?
Yeah. What do we know?
You know that you don't know that, I guess. You know that you came to a place and led by Cassandra, and apparently whoever she came to see, you don't even know she was looking for something. Maybe she just came and broke into a house.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
Well, went up to a house, investigated some milk, casted some spells, and then broke into a house.
Pirates.
I mean, if you have questions, ask us, please.
Indeed.
I
Still in the same room.
No. Well, no, I wasn't asking for like in the current time. I was asking for like in the lead up to this. Would we have known what we were going to do here, type thing?
No.
No,
Mm,
I told you
no.
what you knew. You knew
Okay.
that there was news about some trouble in Sibel, and nothing had been heard from the city of Pechora. And
Okay, sure.
that's it.
Okay, well, I'm observing the scene, and then I finally sort of muster the courage to speak up, and I approach Cassandra, and I say, what exactly are we looking for?
What a
Look
silly
at-
question. Everybody knows that. I'm kidding. Kidding.
I look at him. Someone was supposed to meet me here, and he's not here right now.
Is that why we broke into his house?
Even Amy doesn't know.
We are just investigating.
Right. She gets her investigative face on and starts to. Was there a closed room?
There's a narrow bedroom off to the side. You've presumably one of you guys glanced in there, but it's not closed.
What does the newspaper clipping say?
The
Amy
newspaper
will
clipping
go
has.
to the. Amy will go
newspaper
to the front door.
Okay. The newspaper clipping has a picture of sort of proud-looking man from the side, a photograph, and the title reads: "Markovian businessman purchases steel industry." If you do you want to know what the contents of the newspaper? I mean, are you going to read the newspaper article?
Yeah, sure. But I was gonna ask if I recognized just from
Yeah, I
the
was
picture
gonna say, I don't.
what type of Markov it is.
I mean, I have been a merchant for a while. I don't particularly recognize this businessman.
What industry?
Well, first off,
did
you were
he
a merchant
steal?
in an entirely different
Yeah.
region.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a
This
merchant.
is a
Pirate,
national businessman.
cool stuff.
You don't recognize him in that regard.
Okay.
Do I recognize at least what indicative what type of Markov he is?
Do you have cultural familiarity?
Do I need that? I mean, okay.
It will factor in to whether you know.
Okay, well, I just do I see anything that looks distinct on him?
Not particularly. He's wearing furs, as most Markovians do, but that's about it. And he has like a thick beard, and as you expect of.
Okay, then I'll begin to read. I'll begin to read the newspaper as everyone else does things.
Aloud.
And it said monopolizes steel industry.
Okay, sure, yeah. Pass it to me. Pass it to me. I'll start to read it aloud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Markovian businessman purchases steel industry. Wealthy industrialist Lavoy Ranovic made an immense purchase in the city of Atenas. He acquired the majority of steel refineries as well as the coal mines, obtaining a powerful share of Atenas' mining industry. With the recent conflicts in Gaspar and Macaria, the city is governed by increasing Markovian control of Sable's industrial sector.
The city's governor is concerned by increasing Markovian control.
At this point, Amy will come back with 6 bottles of milk. And then listen
increasing
to
Markovian control of Sibel's industrial sector. Lavoy Ranovic is a known gangster. I would be shocked if any citizens of Atenas was not concerned with his recent acquisitions. Rest assured, the police department will keep a close eye on his affairs and the city to ensure fair play, said the governor during a press conference.
I have a bad feeling about that.
Markov. He did mention something about a Markov incursion potentially in the telegram.
I kind of shuffle my feet.
I'm gonna then just go for the address book and see what he's got in there.
There's 3 names in it, with each with an address. The first is Vigo D'Amici, and the second is Fausto's, and the third is Maria. Or rather, it's Fausto's Public House is what it says.
That also
But
happens to be
the last name is crossed out. Or the last name and address.
crossed out. I mean, is it still legible?
Yeah, it's still legible, but it's just crossed out. It's not scribbled out.
Fausto's matchbooks. I suppose no one here would exactly have knowledge local. So well, Sydney did operate around. Screw that. I'm not gonna ask. That's a long shot. Do you know the match publisher, the matchmaker Fausto?
I'm gonna idly
know a
check
little bit about
the
the
matches
area.
I carry around and see what names are on those boxes.
You carry matches around?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Most of them are unmarked. Some of them have the symbol of a diplomat's club in Bayara,
Mhm.
and the others are unmarked, so they come in various colors. It's not uncommon for like restaurants and that sort of thing to to brand their things.
Yeah.
Like that, because people take the matches home and then it's like an advertising thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Fausto, so it's obviously a public house.
Amy will start to collect up all the Fausto's matchbooks and make them more organized.
Dang it, that's exactly what I was gonna start doing. I was gonna start instinctively cleaning up the place. Dang it, man!
You could cooperate and do stuff.
Yeah, okay,
You
but
could
then
both do.
but then it's like all cutesy. Fine, I'll do it. I also start like instinctively cleaning up the place.
Oh, don't worry, I got it.
Oh no, it's fine. I got it. It's okay.
You hear a knock at the door.
Whoop!
Emilio! And then you see, where have you been? And a large, heavy-set man walks into the room.
Amy puts her hood up and goes off to the side.
I'm going to try my best to look like I wasn't just searching through this person's things.
And who might you be?
And he says, you say, who might you be? Just as he says, and who are you?
Amy waits
I'm the
for
landlord.
Cassandra to talk.
You friends of Milo's?
I was supposed to meet him here.
You seen him around? I need to tell him to stop leaving his milk outside. It's stinking up the place.
I'm going to grab a nearby room. I'm gonna grab a nearby broom and just start cleaning up the place as if like this is like what I was hired to do.
Thanks, guys.
Amy will smell her hands that might have milk residue on it, and still doesn't have a nose.
We have currently taken care of the milk situation.
We are taking care of the milk.
Okay, you made that sound way more ominous than it needed to be.
As you hear a
Okay, but you tell
gunshot.
Emilio, if he's not gonna live here, then he best move out. I'd rather rent it to someone who's actually gonna take care of the place.
I will tell him so when I find him.
Sir,
Yeah.
have you heard of Fausto's?
Hey,
We have the address.
I don't hang around a place like that. You better ask someone else.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
Does this place have a reputation?
Yeah, you could say that. A reputation for filth. And he turns around and walks out. Or starts walking away.
That's fine.
Thank you. Sorry about the milk.
I empty the dustpan into a garbage can that's overflowing.
That brings up quite good information.
So I say, well, we have the address. We could go there. Like I say, sort of confused as towards the direction of this.
Yes, we could, but being as it is known as a shady area, I suggest we first would visit the other.
I suggest visiting the Maria address that's been crossed out. She seems to live on the same street as Fausto's.
We will be putting ourselves in a very close proximity with Faustos, though.
Well, it was crossed out. That might mean that it was crossed out. That might mean that the person went there and didn't find what he was looking for.
Or whoever Maria is dead.
We'll find out
Well,
when we
that would be
arrive,
good to
wouldn't
find
we?
out, right?
Intriguing. I'm gonna take the address book, newspaper clippings, map, and the matchbooks. Pretty much everything that we found interesting. I'm just gonna like pick it up and take it with us.
Okay.
I quickly glance around the room. Clean enough.
I take that as an insult and I continue. No.
Okay. Something else that I can
Mook,
do.
was there anything else of interest? I noticed you looking around the house earlier. Apartment. I'll take that as a no. Let's go.
He found the stuff in the garbage, but nothing else.
Just complete silence.
And the stuff in that page in the garbage was.
I put it in a note in the shared party notes.
Yeah, it was Sibel and
Wait.
Traveler, January 24th, 1456.
Oh wait, the article was removed. I guess if we want to read it ever again, you can just give it to us again.
What do you mean it's removed? It's right here.
In the chat.
No, like I put it in the shared party notes, but it's not there.
We'll just
Oh,
call
it might be because I edited it as well to put the address book things because it seemed much more important.
No,
No,
that's
I put everything. Like I just added it there. I just added it like under the newspaper clipping.
Go ahead and add it to your personal. Go find it in the chat and add it to your personal notes so that it's not taking up a large space in the party notes.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
feel like the way it was done didn't take up that it didn't look that bad.
Well, the chat thing is very narrow, so it looks like a lot.
I have a much smaller screen than you.
I'm also on a laptop with a very tiny screen.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I
think
was
we're done here, but let's lock the door when we leave.
I was about to place down pretty much a ward to see if he ever comes back, but I figured that might take too long.
Okay.
We could set it for about an hour or so.
That'll only help if it comes back.
Well, if anybody
so-
tries to enter in the next hour.
I think about that article in my head as I read it over.
We do draw some attention, so if we're being tailed, they'll follow after us. It'd be good to know if we're being followed this early.
If you feel we need to.
Amy doesn't feel we need to, but we'll do so anyway.
Okay.
You two are expecting trouble, aren't you?
Always better to be cautious. So Amy will. How did we decide that a ward would work, Crimson?
There are rules in the book.
They had.
Generally speaking, as I said, if you want to, as I said early on, if you want to use magic, you need to be on top of these sorts of things because I don't want to be looking it up all the time in
That's
session.
why I was just asking him because we did look it up and
okay.
There was an example.
It would be a sense body, I believe, in an area.
So we'll do sense body 10 yards with a conditional trigger of if there is a body to sense in the room. So I'll go with the first 2 yards in front of the door, on the inside of the house room.
Okay, so how much does this cost?
4.
Okay.
And Amy
Are you
will
just gonna
use
use-
her own reserve. Amy will use her
Okay.
own reserve for
Levels
it.
up by accident.
Make sure you're deducting from your reserve on your character sheet.
Okay. I didn't find it, actually. I was going to mention that earlier. Oh, no, it's in...
The reserve on
was
your
in
character sheet, it's
Yeah.
in general.
It was in a different tab.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What are you guys? Where are you guys going now?
I will follow Sydney's lead.
I don't think Sydney's gonna lead at this point.
Exactly. I'll do what he does, basically.
I will take Amy's whatchamacallit word and we'll go visit Maria. Let's see if we can't find a dead body or whatever else we're looking for.
Okay.
So you make your way down closer to the shore to 7th Street or 3rd Street. And eventually you determine you find where the apartment block or where the structure, whatever it is, should be. But in fact you find burned down, empty lot.
Well, that explains
That
the
explains
cross
it.
out.
Yep.
Indeed.
Jinx, Muke!
Can I do I don't know, like some sort of like an observation or perception or something to see like exactly like if it was like actually like just burnt by a fire or was it like torched or what?
How do the buildings around it look?
It
That's
would
a good question.
there is some burn damage on the nearby buildings, but not much.
Maybe we can ask nearby about how this happened.
Well, what is 3rd Street like?
It's a lot of think like New York, except before skyscrapers.
So
So a lot
it
of
would be
closely
appropriate-
packed structures, apartment structures.
Who's the one who's with us? That's not a player character.
Sydney.
Sydney Gilpin. He's a Sarpin.
So we have 2 Sarpins, a Thrall, Fae, and an extinct race.
I don't know.
None of us look normal enough to be asking
I have
people,
a somewhat
but
forgettable yet honest face, so I don't stand out.
Benwedo, can you ask about the fire to a passerby? I feel like any one of the rest of us would draw too much attention.
I sort of looked to the ground. I suppose I could, yeah.
Well,
I sort of walked away and I look around at some sort of passerby, and then I approach the closest one. What do they look like?
You see an old man with long white hair, Amani, coming down the street towards or past you.
I say, excuse me, sir.
He keeps walking for a moment, and turns back and looks at you. Says,
Raisins! Sorry.
What?
I don't think that's a very answer.
I don't get it.
He says, "What is it, Thrall?"
I say, do you know what happened over here? I can't do the accent properly.
Points to the burned down building next to the 2
That Esperanto
Sarpins, a
accent?
person in a hood.
Move, guys!
He says,
And the guy's like, well, obviously these suspicious people burned down that building.
says,
But wait,
A bad
what have
fire.
you found out?
Say it again.
a bad fire a week back. What's the world coming to?
A week ago. Was anyone hurt?
I'm sure many people were hurt. People lived in those houses
But it was just the one house, or all of them?
or that apartment block.
Yeah. Okay.
oh, it was an
They,
apartment?
they managed to contain the fire, or so I heard.
And no one survived?
I don't know the details. I just read about it in the news.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And I scurry off. And I come back and say to the group. I come back to the group. Like, well, I wait for him to pass so he doesn't see me going back to the group. Cause
Glad you're so afraid to be with us.
well, I don't like attracting attention.
Your face is forgettable, so.
It's honest. It's honest. I come back to the group. He says it was a fire about a week ago, and a lot of people died. He says.
Maria may have been one of them.
Indeed.
I
I'm
wonder
going...
what the news article said. If
I,
there was any.
Oh, sorry. I sort of say under my breath, maybe that was a hit list. That would be cool.
going to see if I can't find a Fausto's matchbook around here.
Fausto!
Make a search roll.
To my search skill of that.
I want a search skill.
Oh, right.
Cassandra, what are you looking for?
Wow.
Whatever it is, I hope you find it,
Oh,
since
success
you've
by
used your
7?
one good roll of this session now.
No. There's a lot of rubble. You search through the rubble for a while. There's a lot of charred stuff, but you don't expect a matchbook would have survived the fire.
That would have been the most ideal thing ever. Oh man, everything would have been tied together.
Miss Cassandra, are you thinking about leaving a matchbook at the scene of the crime?
Let's not. Let's not.
I sort of speak up.
But let's consider it for a slightly entertaining amount of time and then decide not.
I sort of speak up and say, we're not even sure if it was a crime yet.
True enough, we...
That many loss of lives is surely a crime.
I sort of feel
Or
like...
at least a tragedy.
I sort of feel like...
Her pitch doesn't change.
You notice that Sydney's pulled a pamphlet out of his pocket and is kind of reading it.
So...
I curiously step up next to him and look at it as well. Hopefully...
Anyway, you said that this...
around him.
You said that this happened a week ago.
That's what he said, yeah. That is what he said, yes.
If anyone were to have survived, they might have gotten treated somewhere. Does anyone know of any medical facilities around here?
I'm looking at this pamphlet that Sydney's looking at, like next to him, like peeking over his side, whatever.
Yeah, it's a
hit list that says "rat bastard" over and over again.
You don't know where he got it, but it seems to be advertising some seaside hotel in Taro.
Wait, what's this?
I ask, where did you get that, Sydney? Did you get that? Sydney?
Someone handed it to me when we came off the ship. Just some light reading material.
Okay.
Is
While you chat.
I was gonna ask about that. Well, what are the other address books? What are the addresses in the book? I asked curiously.
Vigo de Michi, 100 Pal Avenue. And of course, Faustos.
If we're opposed to going to Fausto's, we could always go to the other one.
It doesn't have a street number.
Well, we're already on 3rd Street. Maybe we can just take a quick peek?
At Faustos?
Yeah.
Yes, Amy?
I was wondering if we could find a week-old newspaper anywhere. Like, where would we go for that sort of thing?
Garbage can?
Trash. I mean, recycling probably isn't
Spends
super
the next
common.
3 hours
Siphoning
digging
through
the dump.
trash!
Is this in a time where newsies were popular?
What's a newsie?
Newspaper boy type thing.
A
Oh,
little
yeah.
British boy with a floppy hat who sells newspapers.
Yeah,
Hello?
paper boys. They exist in this time
Amy
period.
finds a little boy. No.
And thus this was flagged. No, just kidding.
Um,
What was the-
she would like to ask Minueta to ask. You know what? I feel like pursuing this is going to take too long.
Yeah. Well.
Hmm.
I was just gonna
Because I
look.
want to ask the kid where he gets his newspapers, and then I want to
Let's just check out
see if that
Fausto's,
newspaper
honestly.
place.
Let's just check out Fausto's, honestly.
Taking everything into consideration, I start heading towards Fastos in the general direction, and hopefully I'm not getting myself completely lost.
me and
We're still on the
Sydney,
same street.
me and Sydney lag behind looking at this pamphlet. Can you give me some more information on it?
He doesn't really seem that interested in it. He's just sort of he's kind of bored in general and just reading it. It's called the Hotel Fabriano, and it's down by the water, and it's boasting about its views of the Palmyran Sea and such, and it and it's fine like a restaurant or whatever, and it's gambling, and
Okay.
it's a typical pamphlet.
Gotcha.
It seems kind of upscale.
Oh, yeah. Ha.
So you make your way to Fausto's, and it looks like a reasonably nice place. Sorry?
Amy looks up at the sign and says, "A perfect match."
Yeah, it has the same sort of italic font as the match is on it, and it says Fausto's Public House on the front. Sort of carved
Double X,
into.
I don't have my camera on, but I can still see you judging me.
Carved into sort of a wood, like trimming on the side of the building. Looks like a fairly nice place, well lit. There's lots of windows and stuff, and you can see there's people inside. Not very many. There's like 3 people inside, and a bartender.
Bad reputation?
I now question what the guy said, so I'm just gonna go in.
Are there any... Oh, well, too late now.
No, we're just going. I need answers.
There's a man standing across the bartender is behind the bar. He looks like he's Katali, blonde hair, light skin. There's a woman sitting next to the bar. Who looks somewhat concerned, drinking, and there's a man over by the wall reading from a newspaper. The man is an Aleem, and the woman is also Katali.
I'm going to...
Amy will keep her hood tightly down.
I'm going to discreetly check out his... I guess this is an observation skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Check out... I want to, like, look at the tattoos on his head.
Okay.
I want to read his life story!
But you don't know how to interpret it. That's the problem.
Well, come on. I mean, like, symbolism and stuff. I just want to look at... I just want to see what it is.
Right, okay. Well, a lot of it is sort of intricate patterns. There's definitely a bunch there that references stuff that you're not really familiar with. You do see some sort of wave-like patterns. You see a scale.
I don't roll for this?
Sorry?
Oh, okay. I thought... Never mind.
I'm telling you what you see. Okay. It's not about interpreting.
Sure.
If I was telling you what his life story is, then you would be rolling something. Oh, right. Roll for observation. Yeah, so that he doesn't get offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
I don't...
It should be in your character sheet.
This, but it's kind of hard to
And what race is this guy?
Nephilim. He's the tall, Hagrid-size people with sort of ash gray skin and
Modifier? What do I put in modifier?
no hair. They're completely hairless.
Just leave it at 0 for now,
I
if
put
you
no
don't have any
hair in
modifiers.
modifier? Okay.
Unless
No, don't
Jimmy
put it.
wants to give you a modifier.
Okay, yeah. So he doesn't seem to notice.
Oh,
So it's like
well, we
waiting
said
for
he's...
things. Yeah.
He's too
we didn't
engrossed
get
in
to roll at
your.
all.
He used private roll apparently instead of private skill.
Yeah. I actually kind of recommend putting private skill levels on, just sort of fun to watch people, roll the dice.
Yeah, I also
If they're
agree.
hearing
Didn't I put
roll.
private skill level on?
It
No.
seems like you put in private rolls.
Oh.
It's the second
See-
button.
Oh. See, that's why I clicked
There's-
originally, but
Right. Okay. So what do you guys do?
Amy whispers to Manuelo, I had a handyman back where I grew up that had a head just like his.
that
Ours was a powerful elim. I'm not sure if this guy is the same.
I slightly laugh. Well, Chago Chago seems the type, but not powerful Liam as well. Like sort of like a not like meanly, but just sort of like jokingly.
Well, as you know, all Bayarans have these tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slither up to the bar, take a seat.
Sort of.
Man says, "Welcome to my pub. What can I get you?"
I'm here looking for someone or information on someone.
Let's see.
Do you know of Milo?
He sort of does some busies himself, does something behind the bar. Let me make a roll. Oops, that's a 4.
That's a difficult roll to make.
Okay. He pauses for a moment and glances away from you and says, "I've seen him before. He comes in here."
Do you know what happened to him?
Last I saw him, it was a few nights ago. He said he was booking. He was going to talk with the crew of the SS Stormcutter, booking some passage.
Huh.
Acid. Did he mention where?
Nope.
Can I tell if he's withholding something from me?
I can.
Detect lies.
Yes.
It-
Can I do that?
If you suspect that he is, lying, then tell me what. No, I have to roll for you.
Oh.
Because otherwise, you would know if you succeeded or not, right? So it would make it pointless.
What's the point of me having a die then?
Well, it's a generic
Okay.
character sheet. He. You don't think he's holding anything back necessarily, but you do notice that he glanced a couple times at the woman down the bar.
Hmm. Okay.
Can I tell if that is an afraid glance over at the girl or a
Oh, well, you didn't notice that. Manuela noticed that.
Okay, well,
can I do
basically
detecting?
basically the look. Okay, I'll roll a psychology check. What kind of look was that?
Okay.
Manuelo, you
Uh,
can feel free to tell Amy whatever you find.
Well,
Psychology isn't necessarily the
Also, you can probably just roll
appropriate
detect
thing, but
lies.
what's the other thing then? Not empathy, but sensitive.
what were you saying, Michael?
Might actually be body language.
I have body language.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually,
that's
that
what
would
it is.
be.
Okay.
Do you have what's your body language skill?
You want? I can't roll it.
Yeah. Anything that's really a knowledge roll is something that I should roll
Okay.
because
4.
you
Yeah,
can't
that
know
makes
if you
sense.
succeed or
4.
Well, I mean, not as in like, do I
Your
know
skill is
this?
4.
No. Level 14, but points 4.
Yeah, no, I wanted to know
Whatever.
your level.
Okay.
Just level.
You're not sure.
I'm
You're not sure what kind of glance it was.
Okay.
Amy doesn't know that you're searching the guy, but if she did know, she would like to know.
Dude, I'm gonna there's a conversation going on between two people, and we're listening to it.
Yeah, you're just upset.
Well, I'm personally a little bit ways off.
Okay.
Well, there's nothing else in the bar. There's the guy reading the newspaper, and there's the woman at the end of the bar.
So wait,
Still, though, my face is kind of a dead giveaway.
So is Cassandra still over at the bar talking to him?
She's
do I not have my own detect lies roll?
well, what's your tech life skill?
Believe
If
it's
you have
11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm just gonna.
actually, I probably
Okay, basically,
should,
like you guys are expecting me to tell her something, but I'm waiting for her to finish the conversation, come back to the group, and then I would say it. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Oh, I'm still up.
Yeah, it doesn't feel natural for
you
me to go
notice-
up to her and interrupt the conversation.
Yeah, you do notice him giving some or glancing at the woman after you mentioned Milo's name. You're, I guess you could say concerned.
Because Zeno has some insight, but Amy can't say it yet.
Wait. Something concern is what I got out of the last thing that Andrew said.
You did notice that the bartender glanced at that woman down the thing. It just looked like a glance of concern.
Sir. Hmm. I'm gonna observations for like noticing other things without being noticed. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
if
Well,
I
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can't like see if she caught that glance and or is now keen on what I'm saying.
Okay. One moment.
My observation's 12.
Could I be doing this as well, just sort of sitting here and doing that? Because I mean, like, what else are we doing?
Uh,
Amy's looking around.
nice command.
Oh yeah, of course. Provided the room isn't very noteworthy or anything, I'm mainly paying attention to this conversation.
Well, nothing aside from what I've already mentioned.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. She did catch that glance, and you think that she is paying attention. He says, perhaps you'd like to. Perhaps he speaks up to the group and says, perhaps you'd all like to sit down and have something to eat.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
I shrug and say, I could eat.
Okay,
He says,
thank you. Amy
I'll have
sits
the
next to Cassandra and starts to create food.
Wait a second.
You
gestures-
overuse magic.
Yeah.
Unless she
He gestures to
stops, she will do so.
he gestures to the booth by the side of the room and says, "Take a seat anywhere. I'll have the chef bring you the special."
I
The special. Okay.
Amy stops casting. He brings us a little Lego construction figure.
So, are we all sitting down now?
Sydney goes and sits in a booth by the edge of the thing.
I go sit next to him.
Amy
By the
will
edge of the thing is a little
hang around
thing,
Cassandra
but-
as the...
I mean, we'll all sit together.
I'm going. I'll head over there, but I'm keeping a close eye on this woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the sort of thing you're supposed to do in situations like these is be facing the door, so I guess we'll do that.
Okay.
When Cassandra sits down, I'll say it's like I look at her as a like to judge whether she caught that sort of glance and like the subsequent her listening in on the conversation type thing. And then what kind of signal do I get from that? You know what I mean? That was way too vague, I guess. Or
Yeah.
specific?
I think
Okay.
I know what you mean, but it
It
probably
was
doesn't
too.
do anything.
It was either too vague or,
Or
too
too
specific,
specific,
and I
yeah.
can't decide which one.
Exactly. Exactly. The first part was too vague. The second part
Just cut to the chase.
Damn it. Okay, I'll say. Well, she seems to know. I'll send him. Okay, I can't do this accent quietly, so I'll say she seems to know something of what you're talking about. I say to her.
Hmm. I also say very quietly, bartender seems concerned about that.
Why?
Hmm. It doesn't seem like we're going to get any information out of her here. I don't think we could approach it directly.
Why not? Maybe that's Maria. If she was reacting to his name and her name was in his book, maybe she knows him.
I look at Cassandra.
Maybe.
Oh,
Hey,
I was going to.
I will be very, very wary of the food that comes out.
I
No.
Of the food? Oh, okay.
I was going to suggest that. Well, she can't stay here forever. When she leaves, we could follow her. I say.
Why not approach her now?
I have no answer to this.
The bar's fairly empty.
I still have no answer to this.
Because this might be a very dangerous situation, Dwayne.
Should we
You
see how many
see
people are here?
It looks like the chef's coming out of the
The
place
chef
with
that's different from the
carrying some
bartender?
food. Yeah, it's a different guy.
I
He's
don't.
he's a
I
thrall.
stop speaking.
Ooh, what kind? What kind? What kind?
A servitor.
Stalwart.
A random stalwart comes out with food.
Yeah, he's carrying 3 plates of food.
Yeah, I mean they can't always do their stereotypical job.
Yeah. Go ahead and try to magic him. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, this is gonna be
He's got
fun.
to. He's breaking stereotypes, obviously.
I would have much preferred an empath to come out, but whatever.
Wow, that's racist.
What's the concubine one?
Yeah, dude, there totally should have been a thrall for cooking, or something like that.
Yeah, maybe there is.
It's not
Maybe
what I
adept
said.
is that.
Alright, whatever. So, what kind of food has he got?
Gonna be watching the chef very warily as well.
um, the he starts laying down some food in front of you. It seems to me mostly like sort of rice with some meat, that sort of type dish. Nothing like amazing, but what you might expect at a place to eat. Nothing out of the ordinary, rather, I should say. Yeah.
This is gonna be kind of funny. I sort of go for my plate and I'll almost begin to eat, but then I look around and I feel sort of like impolite being the first one to eat, so I just wait for someone else to do something.
Well, I'm digging in.
Oh, okay. Then I look at him and I go, oh. I I don't dig in, but I sort of like.
Amy hasn't moved.
Sydney takes the third plate.
I gave a.
Clearly not pirates.
And the man says, "I'll be right back with the rest." And then the door slams open, and the chef looks up